That'll make you angry as a...
They said it wouldn't be televised. You would think it ain't no revolution. You shine a light and translucent. Type crazy, no Cam Newton. These ain't Panthers. These ain't white hoods like movements. We seeing tap dances. Keep seeing crossovers. These ain't hooping. Glossed over. We see it, no fly list. Ain't tripping. In the cut like corpse flower, late bloomer. Talking about the old ways, okay, boomer. Slime put up in an old school. Cricket letter with the Vogue shoes. I know he a straight shooter. Keep a beat like a pacemaker. We some peacemakers, go debate Buddha. Placeholders out here claiming ruler, we going yard. Fairs Bueller got no regard for the new school, I'm so appalled. Don't come at me with the Fisher prices or the tissue paper, no, it's gonna dissolve. On the fringe, I could never come in under par, I'm overgalled. Got it out the mud with both strokes like it's motocross. Gotta learn to hold a loss. These days, I know a broken sauce when I see one. Don't get your bread. 6'5", don't hit your head. Like a series finale, I'm going off. Who paid y'all? Couldn't buy me. Hyenas, this is an elephant graveyard. Got them knocked me, not me. Is you talking about lost sleep? Who don't rap? Got to tell me you lost sheep. These is all. I give them more bars. What needed? You need it in bulk. I'm Costco. Got it jumping. These it's not fleet. Is you talking about top 3? They try to tell me it's nachos. A bodega the way that I chop cheese. Secondhand can't clock me. I'm talking this hours. No 15 minutes could ever just stop me. Know where I'm getting my power, but truthfully don't really deal in the problems. Just Godspeed. What? What? I ain't seen no wings yet. All I see is strings.
You ain't even on me. Yeah, fall back too close. You ain't even on me. Trust my brothers from way back from the north. Whiskey and Dior, spend it like they owe me. Gotta stay select. Don't come around to me, better come correct. Different lives that we lead. I'm in the Nike check in a bag of Louis V. Shoes on them up his, lights don't make no sense, pop up for a minute, eyes up on my whip, Benzes and BMs, lights don't make no sense, fall back too close, you ain't even on me, trust my brothers from way back from the north, Misty and Dior, spend it like they owe me. It's the top of the shelf. It's that stretch to get me. It's closer to the.
Time to turn the heat up like it's Bali. Throwing all these bands while we in. Horseman on my emblem, but it's headless. You've gone now, we driving down to Venice.
She's so good at what she do, I might bust a move. Driving on the lock while I sprinkle. How come when I'm the only time you need me? How come when I'm popping is the only time you see me? She's so good at what she do, ain't no room for talking. Ain't no room for talking. Ain't no room for talking. I ain't with no. I don't trust in not so many photos that I cropped.
DNA in my jeans, yeah. Bought myself a pair of Balmain jeans, yeah. Remember when I traveled with that ball, yeah. Remember when I said on that, yeah. Mixing up that rap for Damagella. Walking past my ex, now she get duller. Wait, hold, I had to put down on that Rari. Wait, hold, I did that feel on like I'm Barry.
Pull up on the plug, let him know I need a
It's game time. In San Francisco, as the crowd looks to cheer on their Golden State Warriors. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside tonight Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, with Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. For the Portland Trail Blazers, they come in off a loss to Chicago.
Well, that didn't take long. You got to leave some guys back on the tip, or that's what'll happen.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
Now here's Duncan after the miss from Stephen Curry. 4 on the clock. Fades and shoots. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Now, here's Johnson. Nice D from Duncan. Pass to Butler. Puts up a deep three. Curry can't get it to go. And here are the Blazers. Launches from deep. Rebound, Bill Walton.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have to have the confidence to take that shot. Might not always fall.
Yeah, it's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Now here's Curry. Now Duncan. Levine wide open. A three-pointer off the mark.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Johnson's shot is off.
Yeah, a bit of a slow start here. They're 0 for 4 to begin the game.
It's Curry outside. A three-pointer is right on target.
A three-point specialist can't let Curry get any space to fire from the corner. That's a recipe for disaster.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Avdia. Curry with it. Butler in the corner. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
Yeah, Butler with the quick trigger there off the catch. Nicely done.
And Jimmy Butler is what some might call an old-school kind of player. Would you agree, Greg?
Yeah, I mean, he's all toughness, grit, and basketball IQ. A tone setter at the defensive end who plays unselfishly. That guy is all about winning.
Now Johnson, after Zach LaVine missed from long range.
Look, I'm not sure what's going on with him. 0 for the night. Might be time to give someone else a chance.
Curry wide open. Good on the baseline, Jay. Curry's got 5 now.
He has perfected his ability in the pick and roll. Curry going to work.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look.
Now, here's Avdia. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Well, this has been a frustrating night for him. Still without any points.
A fader. And that's off the glass and in. Duncan's got his second basket of the night.
Just a great hustle play there. Energy and passion. This is what you play the game for.
And stolen by Butler. Pass to Curry. Over Johnson. That one's good from the corner. He's got 7.
It doesn't matter if it's off the bounce or off the catch. Curry never loses rhythm on his jump shot. A ragged start for him offensively, but he'll take it. That brings him to 1 of 8 from the field.
Portland's shooting their first free throw of the game.
Well, they desperately need him to get going offensively. He's got to refocus and just start taking better shots. Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the miss. He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Curry with the bucket.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just a great ball movement.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Both teams deciding to change it up. And here's Sharp. Up and in on the layup.
Nice focus. Sharp wanted that bucket inside, so he went and got it.
Duren a screen. And Duren slams it in.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. He got to double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And don't go away. We'll be... And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
Here's Ellis. The rebound by Sharp.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Here's Ellis. Still scoreless. Pass to post. And taken away by Brown. Here's Sharp. Trailblazers keep it alive. And it's swinging with the jam.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Well, that's what he does. He makes an impact with his activity on the board.
And when it comes to team building, GA, there's been a debate about whether the 2-star or 3-star approach is more effective.
Kevin, for me, I think it comes down to fit more than anything. It doesn't matter how many stars you have if they don't mesh, and if they're not comfortable in the role that's carved out for them on that respective team.
On the wing, Robertson. Santos sinks the three-pointer. Santos has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And taken away by Ellis. Down low. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
An effective stopper at the rim. Duren sure knows how to use those long arms of his.
Pass to post. And Brown over to help. Fades. pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
Yeah, they've done a better job executing offensively, moving the ball and creating high-percentage looks.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Hey, guys. The Warriors are trying to maximize what Steph Curry has left. Coach Kerr said, quote, "What we're watching with Steph is one of the greatest artists of all time in his twilight. What can we do to give him the best chance to perform, to make the game easier for him?" That's where we are. Back to you.
Looking to stay in the mix. Allie, we thank you very much. And it's the Warriors' ball. 9 points in a row.
Oh, here he comes. Goodness. And that's how Thompson does most of his damage offensively, attacking the basket.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ausar Thompson. That's his first foul. There's 1:54 left in the second quarter. Outside, Avdia. Nifty move. Duncan grabs the rebound.
And they just can't find a way to end this thing. Nothing falling right now.
Well, this is a spot where you have to be able to go to your leaders. They need to step up and make a play to turn things around.
Shot clock at 5. To the inside. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Trailblazers trailed by 20. Here's Avdia. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by the Warriors.
Outside Butler. Out to Duncan. Fires from 14. Bank shot. No good.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Here's Johnson. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away.
Well, this shows you that Avdia can do it all. Making an effective pass there.
Here's Curry. Connects on the foul line jumper. Curry's got 12.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. It's stolen by Duncan. Curry deciding where to go with it. A 3-pointer, no good. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Warriors ahead as they end the second quarter with a 13-4 run. Live from Chase Center, you're watching 2K Sports. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And the basket by Walton.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Screen by Duncan. On its way from Curry for 2. Another miss by Curry. So, GA, when you think about Steph Curry's legacy, he changed the way the NBA game is played.
Man, it is hard to find a player who's had the impact of a Steph Curry, making us rethink what is possible. Curry's endless range has really inspired a generation. That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Pass to Curry. There's a good screen. Shot from free throw range. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Walton with the ball. Guarded now by Duncan. Screen by Walton. Here's Johnson. And Curry pulls it down.
Well, you win and lose as a team, so the fact that they're trailing isn't all on him. But with that said, he's had a rough shooting performance.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Outside Curry. Shoots the three. Here's Butler. Outside for Curry. Oh, Curry so accurate from three-point range.
Well, that's now his third triple of the game. First here in this second half.
And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. And the Warriors with some changes. And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Warriors leading by 15. Here's Ellis. Rebounded by Kamare. Johnson right side. Makes it off the glass. Johnson's got 10 points in the game.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Ellis wide open. And the Warriors miss again.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot two at the free throw line. That's on Jalen Duren.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. Denny Avdia, the son of a 6'8" Serbian sharpshooter who played for the Yugoslavian national team, then moved to Israel and met Denny's mom. Denny said he had the same mentality, fire in the eyes, every night playing to win. That's how I've always been. That passion is a part of my culture. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie. Over to the left wing. Buries the long-range jumper. He's got 8.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Trailblazers trailed by 14. Spins.
Well, for Sharp, it's about shooting a good percentage. When he does that, he's an impactful player.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Warriors?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And let's not forget how dominant they've been defensively. Great job of forcing some tough shots, often leading to blocks.
Clingan, and it's Clingan with the jam.
Well, that's a smart play, taking advantage of the mismatch in close.
Pass to Robertson. Golden State moving it around. Ellis surveying the D. Done with some nice D.
Well, despite his lack of efficiency, the team has put together a good offensive effort tonight.
Here's Post. Here's the 3. And Clingan pulls it down. Here's Green. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Golden State Warriors.
Portland, 26.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up for Golden State. Three-pointer. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
Pass to Clingan. Brown outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Sharp. The Warriors pull it in. Right side, Butler. Outside, Curry. Thompson outside. Going inside. The rebound by Sharp. Trailblazers trailed by 17. Now Clingan. Stolen by Thompson. Mr. Curry. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Well, keeping control of the ball must have been an emphasis for them. Very clean game so far.
A different look now for Portland. Here's Johnson. And that comes off the assist by Bill Walton.
What a difference a half can make. As much as he struggled in the first 2 quarters, he certainly made up for it with his play in the second half.
And the foul called on Toumani Camara. That is his first foul of the game. We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th.
And after shooting over 50% from the field in that first half, they're having a little bit of a struggle here in the second.
Johnson outside. It's stolen by Duncan. Thompson outside. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Ausar Thompson. That'll be his 3rd foul so far.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Playing above the rim. This kid, Ausar Thompson, can fly.
Johnson surveying the floor. Duncan with the rebound. Warriors leading by 17. Outside Butler. Curry outside. Clock at 6. Now Butler. Stolen by Avdia. It's stolen by Curry. And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Butler! That's good. And it's Levine with the assist. And the Warriors lead by 20.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Levine deciding where to go with it. Here he goes. The rebound by Walton.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you know, he was a man on a mission in this one. The defense had absolutely no answers for him tonight.
Pass to Curry. Ring shot on the way. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside, Avdia. Over Levine. Here's Walton. And Walton throws it down. 15 seconds left to play here in the fourth. On the wing, Levine. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Bodies on the pavement. And if you love me, but you never let me go. And the roof was on fire, you never let me know. Say you're sorry, honey, but you never. And I can leave the party without ever letting you know. Without ever letting you know. Roof was on, let me love, boy, what you on. Roof was on, let me love, without ever letting you know. Roof was on, let me love, boy, what you on. Roof was on, let me love, without ever letting you know. Roof was on, let me love, boy, what you on. Roof was on, let me love, without ever letting you know. Roof was on, let me love, boy, what you on. Without ever letting you know. Caught up in my teeth. Caught up in my teeth. Tastes like money when I speak. Caught up in my teeth. And I missed you in the basement. Yeah, caught up in my teeth. Bodies on the pavement. And if you love me, love.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, excited to share the broadcast table tonight with Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And we'll hear from Allie LaForce on the sideline. Here we go. Here in Houston, it's another home game for the Rockets. This game against Golden State is the first time they've met this season. Last season, they couldn't get the edge in the matchup as they went 1-2 in the season series.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, G8, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. He'll take it.
Nothing quite like a rivalry game. We all love them. Richard, how much extra attention do these games get from the players and the coaches?
Well, players won't say it to the media, but we know what's at stake. Since the schedule was released, these games have been circled on the calendar by both teams.
Now, here's Adebayo. Can't get it to fall. And here is Curry. He takes it in. Pass to Duncan. Over Smith. And Duncan gets it to go in.
taking full advantage of a gap in the mid-range coverage.
Weig with it. Guarded now by Duncan. Got that bucket in no time at all. Thompson's got his second basket of the night.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
6 on the shot clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Duncan with the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And you look at the addition of Jimmy Butler. G.A., why has he been such a fit for the Warriors?
He really is an unselfish, high IQ superstar, and that's what the Warriors are all about. And his isolation, interior scoring has given them another look offensively.
The shot by Adebayo, no good. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They trail by 1. There's the screen. Outside Curry. And the 3 ball is good.
Just another day at the office for Mr. Curry.
Here's Thompson. Misses the layup. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
And it's Smith penetrating. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Outside Curry. Stolen by Thompson. We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin. Amen Thompson, one of the most spectacular athletes in basketball. Coach Ime Udoka said he's so fast and explosive that he has the versatility to attack any matchup. Put a big body on him, he still has his advantages. We can put him anywhere in actions, and he can get downhill. Back to you guys.
What an athlete. Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. It's good. Thompson's got 7.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
And it's Thompson with the jam.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
We know mistakes lead to breaks. That's just textbook right there. Okay, let's just say it. This has been an ugly quarter for him. Not quite a break a mirror ugly, but it's getting there. You just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs from him.
For 3, Levine connects from 3-point range.
Levine with that high arching shot from the corner.
Curry with a wide open look. Sinks the 3-pointer. Curry's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Warriors.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Flag. Knocks it loose.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
The Warriors shooting their first foul shot of the game.
Golden State. Tim Duncan at the line.
The Warriors leading. Now Levine. Thompson in the corner. Curry on the wing. Takes a 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. At the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Warriors
13.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They've really been dialed in from deep. This is a team that has a ton of confidence in their outside shooting ability.
And also, guys, they're playing for one another right now. All those extra passes are leading to easy buckets. Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Here's Shepard. Ivy, no one around him. Drills it from outside. Ivy's got the opening field goal of the second quarter for Houston.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving it in.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
He's looking for Wiggins and finds him. Here's Okongwu. The rebound by Post.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach in Ime Udoka. They'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
Okongwu a screen. Fast break, here they come. Here's Duren. Lays it up and banks it in. Duren's got the lead up to 5 now for the Warriors.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets. And some hang time on the rim. Puts a little cherry on the top of that slam.
Well, those kind of displays of strength can get one team rolling. Pass to Duren. Back to Post. Now Duren. 6 to shoot. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Warriors have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one earlier. Jackson misses.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Pass to Duren. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now here's Ellis. They lead by 6, their biggest margin. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. Here's Shepard. Banked in off the glass.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Here's Ellis. He has yet to score. Pass to Duren. Over Okongwu. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I'll be honest, I'm a little surprised he missed that.
In the corner, Ivy with it. They get it back.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip one.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Down low. It's stolen by Shepard. Wiggins right side. And it's Wiggins with the jam.
2 wild points from Wiggins. Andrew, he is getting up.
And so Steve Kerr tries to call a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. And it's Curry with the ball, bringing it up to the Warriors. Pass to Levine. Driving to the basket. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
A strong man. Levine fights for the bucket and is rewarded with one more.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here. Now here's Bryant. Here's Flagg. Hasn't made one yet. And Adebayo throws it down.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
No good from Duncan. Rockets trail. And some nice passing there by Houston. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And what you love about Cooper Flagg, GA, he's committed with playing the game the right way.
Yeah, I mean, even back in middle school, he would binge watch the '86 Celtics, a team known for its high IQ.
That gives them the lead. And it's a 3-point Rocket lead. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Pass to Thompson. Out to Duncan. A three. Thompson with the rebound.
You love to see the competitive fire, but he couldn't sink that revenge triple.
And that one's good. Flag.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time. On this occasion, he got caught.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And so it's Houston heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Houston leading by 7. Out to Thompson. Shoots the three. That one is good again. He's 6 straight from the floor with the basket.
Loving the energy right now here in the third quarter as they try to take control of this game.
Yes, this is a pivotal moment in this game. Those extra possessions right now, they just mean a little bit more.
There's a screen. Shot clock at 6. Good. Curry's got 8. So you think about game preparation for an opponent. Richard, how different is that in the regular season versus the playoffs?
Oh, there's a significant difference. Not as much time in the regular season. You could be coming off 4 games in 5 nights. But in the playoffs, there is so much detail position by position.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
And what can't Adebayo do? I mean, gets the tough rebounds, scores the tough baskets, and then makes the right pass.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, Kevin. The Rockets have become a fearsome defensive team, and Coach Ime Udoka said, our young guys were tired of losing, and they bought into it. A huge part is just shifting the mentality and doing our part on that end. Understanding how much that impacts winning, it is a non-negotiable for me. Kevin?
They've clearly bought in. Allie, we appreciate the report. RJ, there were questions about the 2 timeline approaching Golden State, but some of those young guys have made a difference.
And some haven't. But those team-friendly contracts of those younger players, that's one advantage. And a way to keep that energetic talent around their young stars.
Pass to Smith. Smith drawn the double team. Shoots over Curry.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
Puts up a deep 3. Another miss by Curry.
And he got a couple to fall from long distance in the first half, but still looking for that number 3. You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Screen by Duncan. Releases. Another miss by Curry. Houston leading by 13. Here's Bryant. Here's Flag. Nice D from Duncan.
Uncharacteristic, but that's a bucket he'll convert 90% of the time.
Oh, Duncan drops the hammer.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Back to Smith. Inside. Deflects the pass. And it's the Warriors on the break. Pass to Curry. Releases. The Rockets pull it in.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Count that bucket. Bryant got the lead up to 13 now for Houston.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
The finish. And Thompson throws it down.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
The fader. Duncan can't hit.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Warriors trailed by 17. Curry deciding where to go with it. Screen by Duncan. Fires for three. Curry's shot is off.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Here's Duncan. Misses the fadeaway inside. Amen Thompson, he's feeling it tonight, and he has been the driving force for the Rockets. It's been an excellent game for him offensively. He's got 21.
31.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. Pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu. Brings it in.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And it's Wiggins missing. Warriors trailed by 19. It's stolen by Shepherd. And it's Houston on the break. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Pass to Duren. Here's Robertson. Back to Duren. He doesn't hit that one. And now the fast break. Ivy with the ball. Here's Shepherd. Another miss by Houston. And it's Golden State's ball. Here's Duren. Okongwu grabs the board.
Great anticipation defensively. They were keyed in and ready to pounce.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Near the three-point line, it's Ellis. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Jackson from long range. And he's good on the three ball.
In perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
To the left wing. Santos, no good. And here's Houston. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And I tell you what, he is one guy you do not stand in the way of when he decides to attack the basket.
And Zoelos will bring it up for the Warriors. Richard, we see such an influx of foreign players. Any concern that American-born players will fall behind?
100%. We have to change our development. We have to change our approach to youth basketball because right now the Europeans, one, hungrier, two, they have a greater approach for skill and technique in an early age. Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Fires the three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Over his career, we've seen Wiggins improve that three-point shooting game. Credit Andrew for putting in the work.
Pass to Post. Over Wiggins. And Post gets it to go. Post has got his first points of the night. On the wing, Jackson. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
I think when you've got it going from three-point range, you've got to keep it going. It's a good way to kind of pile up the points quickly.
Fader on the way. Okongwu grabs the board.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Houston.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game from Amen Thompson.
And he's been a well-oiled machine on offense, keeping things simple in this end, getting the looks that he wanted, knocking him down. Probably didn't need the fade on that shot, but he might have thought the defender was a little bit closer.
And Bryant is right there.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Curry with him. Now defended by Adebayo. Clock at 6. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You gotta blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Weig with it. So we see the Rockets taking the win here.